Abimelech, remember that's a family name. He said, a dynasty king name. The new king, not the one of his father, a different one. Said, you need to go. So he went. He did the same thing. Dug the wells. What happened? They kicked him out. They found him to a place the text says that they didn't come after him there. I think we can infer from that it was a place they didn't want. It was an undesirable place. But God still prospered him there. Abimelech made him leave his own land. But Isaac moved and God blessed him again. Notice what Isaac did. When he's faced with a choice of finances over witness, what does he choose? He chooses his witness. This does not mean that we need to be doormats for Christ. But how often do we worry about asserting our rights to the point where we ruin our testimony? What happens with Isaac? When he's faced with a choice between his witness or income, he chooses witness. It's because Isaac is pursuing righteousness, not riches. Because he knows God's the one of the riches anyway. He chooses righteousness over that. And God, what happened? God continued to bless him. Then we see number 2, which you have above you. The faith of God's people will win a worldly possessions every time. The faith of God's people will win over possessions every time. And here, Isaac was concerned about God. Was concerned about being righteous before God. Of course, obviously, what saved Isaac was his faith. But what showed Isaac's faith was that he pleased God. See, so his people. What I mean by win over worldly responses every time is not that that people are always going to respond correctly to you. No, but it's going to show God honored and glorified. God's people have the word of promise. Verse 23 through 25, we see that God is there. God's presence is with him. So what's Isaac do? He worships the Lord. He worships the Lord. And he does so in faith. The idea here is he does so knowing that God's not done. Oh, he's having hardships. And he is having to expend resources and getting nothing from them. He's making investments that are coming back bad, and they're not his fault. They're the fault of someone else that is wronging him. I think this is a great passage for us in a struggling economy. I mean, Isaac was in the middle of that. He was in the middle of a recession. I mean, it was a famine. How much worse can he get? And yet, how does he respond? Even though his livelihood is being taken from him, what does he respond? He responds in worship to the Lord. Isn't that amazing? His idea is, Lord, you're going to take care of me. You're not done. You have a plan, and I'm going to follow you regardless of the circumstances. That's what Isaac is doing. What a great thing to have God, isn't it? We have people that wrong us all the time. Now, Isaac wasn't a doormat. He stayed his case. They quarreled a couple of times here. But when it comes to his witness or his finances, he chooses witness and he chooses to worship. Secondly, God's presence may be acknowledged by the world. This section is the most comical section of the passage. Isaac has his dad's wells. They know you can't have those. So he moves. Gives him prospering again. No, you can't have those. Go to this place. So Isaac goes to a place where nobody wants to be. Again, that has to be inferred in the text. He gets there and God's prospering again. What happens? Abimelech and his clan come and say, we want to make a treaty with you. because we don't want you to harm us. And we haven't harmed you to this point. What? Are you kidding me? You've tried taking away his money twice. And their attitude is, yeah, we haven't done anything to you, so we want you to have a treaty with us.